Okay, I've drawn out the same curve that I had before using the same mean of 100 and standard deviation of 10. And let's say this time we want to find out the probability that x is greater than, let's say, 110. Okay, so again, whenever you're doing this, the first step is always take and convert your x into a z. So 110 is like right here. And we want to find the probability being greater than. So we're looking for this probability right here. So we know it's going to be a kind of a small number. Okay. So we want to take and we want to convert this x into a z. So the formula is, again, a z equals x minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So x is 110, the number you want to convert your x, minus your mean, which is given in the problem, divided by your standard deviation. So the z value is 1. This has a z value of 0, the mean does. And so this would be wanting to find the probability that z is greater than 1. Now when we go look up 1 in our table, like I said before, it's going to show you the probability being less than 1. So it's going to show you, when you look it up, it's going to show you all of this area. Okay. But we want to know the probability being greater. So in order to find that anything that if it has a greater than sign in it, you're always going to say 1 minus the number in the book, because the number in the book is the less than number. So when I go look up 1 in the table, I'll try to show you again here. Here's 1.0, so it's 0.8413. So all of this area is 0.8413, but I want this, so I'm going to say 1, which the whole table is 100%, minus this 0.8413. And that's going to give me this little area over here, which is 0.1587. So that's your answer. Or 15.87% chance that it will be greater than 110. So for less than, you just convert the number, look up the value in the table. For greater than, you convert, you look up the value in the table, and then you say 1 minus the value in the table. Now the last kind I want to show you here real quick is if it asks you to find the probability of being between two numbers. So let's say, we'll take our same example. Got our mean of 100, standard deviation of 10, and let's say the problem said, what's the probability that x is between, we'll say 70 and 120. So here's your 70, here's your 120, and we want to find this probability right here. So as always, our first step is to take and convert our x values into z values. So if we say 70 minus 100 divided by 10, you get negative 3. Okay, and then if we take 120 minus 100 divided by 10, you're going to get positive 2. It's right there. So now to find the two betweens, don't read these signs too literally, just think of it as between. So if I go find the probability being less than 2, which will give me all of this, when I go look up 2, that'll give me all of this area. And then I look up the probability being less than negative 3, that will give me this little area. And if I take this probability minus this probability, that will leave me the between. So I go find those two probabilities and then I subtract those numbers. So first we'll find it for positive 2, 2.0 right here, which is 0.9772. And then we got to subtract it out for negative 3, which is over here on the other page, way at the very top. Negative 0.30, which is 0.0013. And then we just need to do a little math here. Do that real quick. Here, it'll work here. We will do 0.9772 minus 0.0013. And this will give us an answer of 0.9759. And that's the probability of being between those two values. So again, less than, you just convert, look up the number. Greater than, you convert, look up the number, and say 1 minus it. For between, you convert the two numbers, look up the two values, and then subtract those two values, and that will give you the probability of being in between. So I'm going to stop here, and then I'm going to go back now in the next video and show you how to do all this using Excel.